goes through like last time. Microphone's a little weird because it's non-existent. It's just through the cell phone. But when I went live last time or yesterday or whenever it was, someone asked about intermediate lessons or how to grow as an intermediate player. I can't stand the classification of that, but if you feel like you're intermediate, then you're intermediate. If you are a beginner and you want to get there, whatever it is. But the answer I had for that stays the same. To grow with it, what I think of an intermediate player is you know the basics and you want to get much better. My response to them was something that it started out with, you're probably not going to like it because people just scoff it off. Anytime you say major scale, it's like you feel people, get resistance to it. Yeah, I know a major scale. Right? So the fuck what? It's easy. Most people, that's all they know about a major scale, and they just stay there, which is fine, whatever. But the idea of scoffing at it or being like, I don't want to play major scales, I already have it figured out, is what will keep you, you can go from beginner to intermediate, but you'll never get to advanced. It's just not going to happen if you shit on the idea of major scales. So what I do, I'll shuffle over a C major scale. Everyone immediately that has played bass will be like, yeah, no shit. Okay. It's always, well, it never surprises me, but it's always amazing to see how many people cannot play a 2-octave major scale. It's something so simple, but most people don't know. They'll get there, and then they are where the hell to go. So what I do is we'll start on G. That right there, if you can play a 2-octave major scale, you're ahead of the curve. Most people don't even get to that. But everyone will say they can play one, but 2 octaves, no idea. And what you would do here, because you've run out of real estate, instead of going all the way up, you're going to play C here, which is going to be the 8th fret of the E string. So in just, I don't even know, have we been live? Not even 2.5 minutes. In, 15, 20 seconds, we just figured out that a major scale can be played on 2 octaves. It involves 2 hand shifts. You're not going to play it here because you don't want to run up one string, and you also just realize that the C, or any note, is the exact same note in different areas of the neck. That kind of knowledge and information packed into such a short time is why learning the major scale and expanding the major scale is it's priceless. You get so much out of it. So to do the 2-octave major, start on G right there. So we know the tabs, right? 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 5. And when I say we know it, I mean this video is not going to be for someone just picking up a bass for the first time. But that's how you play it. So right there. And then from there, to go further up with that, you're going to shift up a whole step. So pinky, 4, 5, 7. And the key there is don't memorize the tabs. You want to memorize the shift, the hand position. So you're going to go middle, pinky, index, middle, pinky, index, ring, pinky. Slide up. Pinky, index, middle, pinky. And then from there, you're going to go up a whole step, but you're going to hit it with your index. Ring, pinky. Same idea, going backwards. Pinky, ring, index. You're going to go down a whole step, so you're going to end up on this note, but you're going to click it with your pinky. Right there. And then your hand position, middle, index, pinky, middle, index, down a whole step. And right there, you just played a 2-octave major scale. And you just run that over and over again because you want those hand shifts to sound flawless and seamless. So if you're going, that's another thing that'll separate the idea of intermediate and beginner and advanced and all that. You blur that line when you have seamless transitions. If you're going, fuck that. I mean, you're gonna get there, but take it slow and that's where the fastest, and actually the fastest you'll ever play is not doing like all that crazy shit. The fastest you'll ever play is when you're going through transitions, because your hand shift has to be fast enough to get to the next note. You have to hold out this note for long enough and then jump fast enough to get the next one in time. So, like that shift is going to be fast as fuck. People don't hear that, but what they hear is a seamless transition. So, and the only way to get there is practice it. So the next thing that I'll also put into this like crock pot of getting to intermediate and further is playing, it's a fancy term, sequential playing. And what that means is instead of going 1 through 8, wait, I just realized there's all these comments. Play a song. Chop Suey, System of a Down, Epic. Sounds like, I just realized there's all these comments. They just showed up on this thing. I don't know, 5 minutes later. But let me get through this because we'll come back to songs and shit, absolutely. So actually, yeah, we could do System of a Down. What is it? Some with Ariels or something like that, a video for it. I have to rewatch my own videos. My ADD is unbelievable the second that I go to the comments. Sequential playing, because this shit stays on forever. So sequential playing, instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you're gonna want to go different orders of it. So go 3, 1, 2, right? So 3, 1, 2, 3. That'll be the pattern because we're gonna keep it in 4, 4. We'll deal with timing later, but just come back to 3. It makes sense. So 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're gonna go 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, and these are scale degrees. 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what that sounds like all together is, oof, my hand just actually popped. Jesus. And that's the whole way of doing it. And that's only 1 octave. And what that gets you to do, and gets your fingers moving freely, and when you start soloing or playing anything faster, you're already used to going back and forth and pushing and pulling as opposed to just going up and down, up and down. You're still ascending and descending, but you're chopping it up in between. And to play that with 2 octaves, I'll do a whole video on it. I could spend this entire live video doing it, but it really wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. But doing a 2 octave major scale in thirds. Fancy fucking all that, but instead of going up like that, we're gonna chop it up to that. All the way through, and you do that in every key. So say you want to come up to A. Because I missed notes. So that's 2 of them. Start it with just 1 octave on that, and then I'll definitely make a video for it, or see if you could do the 2 octaves. Because once you have that pattern down, you can figure out the hand shifts from there. So it gets a little tricky because you have to shift 2 or 3 times. There's more than one way of doing it too. That's like just the way that I do it. So between 2 octave, major scale, and then sequential. And practice that all over the neck in every single key. And when I say sequential, I mean it's in thirds, starting on the third, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Another one you can do is 2 octave arpeggios, major and minor. Same idea. You start, we'll keep it in G. You're gonna play 1, 3, 5 octave. That's an arpeggio. So to play it 2 octaves though, we're gonna play it up here. 7 is the same as 7 on the E is the same as 2. That's where your B is. So 1 here on G, you slide up 1 whole step with your index finger. Don't play your index. Play your ring. Index, index. Slide up a whole step. Play your ring. Index. pinky. And that's the way to learn it. Not of what note, what fret, all that shit. Because then you could start here in A and... because you know the finger pattern. You don't have to worry about tabs with that stuff. That's where it could take you out and you'll try to think, oh, I was on 3 and then I gotta go to 7. No, you gotta go here, gotta go up a whole step, hit your ring finger, because it's one note, one fret per finger. Then you know your index is there, you go up a whole step, ring, index, pinky. Don't even realize that you're hitting your pinky. It's just, you just trust, I just trust that it's there. And if I wanna go minor, instead of using my ring finger, I use my middle finger. My middle finger is 1 step below, which means it's a half step below. So, right there I just had a minor arpeggio. So move those around the whole neck. Can't speak and do it. So between those 3 things, 2-octave major scale, major scale in thirds, 1 octave for now, and then doing a 2-octave arpeggio. Just running that over and over again. And then you can mess with the sequence of that for writing. And by writing, I mean come up with your own sequences. Like for one that I did was... so... in C. And that's how you can go from there with that stuff. So, that's my kind of, I don't know, a little over 10-minute rant on intermediate and not, sorry, I haven't even been looking at the comments too much. I just wanted to get that out there. I will make a video on this, but I don't have a microphone. So, it's one thing to do live, but it records it totally separate and it's a fucking mess when you're just trying to record it for an actual video that'll stay up there. But I'll keep going live and stuff like that. Thanks for the lesson. Thanks for watching. Kidding me? And I also had no idea when I've done live videos before, but this is the second time I'm going vertical with it as opposed to horizontal. And I don't know, YouTube just like shows it to people. So that's cool. Like, I don't know, 12 people watching, I guess, right now. Like, that it used to be like maybe 1. And now I'm like, is that my fucking girlfriend or is it someone actually watching this? But thank you guys so much. Any questions, leave it in the comments below and all that stuff, because again, this will stay up for a long time. And yeah, I will be having videos. Probably I could get the all the fucking like the cables I'm waiting for come in on Thursday, so I'll be doing that. And yeah, I'll make another one for advanced and beginner and whatever the labels are that people name. But that's how you get there. Those 3 things will get you shredding. So thanks as always, and I will see you guys later. Bye.